Happy Thursday. Thanks for joining us here on 9 News Watch for a look at your headlines. I'm Bianchi. We'll start things out up in Johnstown, where this morning a school bus crashed with an SUV along Highway 60 in Johnstown, sending 2 people to the hospital. I do apologize here for some of the microphone issues at this point, but again, the driver of the school bus and the SUV both had to go to the hospital with unspecified injuries. The 18 children were okay, according to Front Range Fire Rescue, and the crash happened shortly after 7 a.m. this morning. One person is in the hospital after a plane crash near Loveland this morning. A single-engine plane lost power shortly after taking off from the Northern Colorado Regional Airport in Loveland just after 7:30 this morning. An emergency landed on a nearby road. Now, 2 people were on board the single-engine airplane, though the passenger did not need to go to the hospital despite the crash. The Northern Colorado Regional Airport is still open. A homicide investigation is underway in Greeley after a man's body was found inside a home destroyed by a fire early on Sunday morning, according to Greeley police. Firefighters put out the fire and discovered the body of 35-year-old Chris Dickerson. Now, an autopsy was completed by the Greeley Police Department, and it ruled Dickerson's death as a homicide. So if you have any information on this, Greeley Police asking you to call 970-350-3549. A restaurant in Denver added a vaccine mandate for customers 1 night a week, and it says it's really taken off. In fact, it's become that restaurant's busiest night of the week. They are one small group across the state doing something like this, and here's 9 News reporter Eddie Randall with more.
It's important to note that the amount of bars and restaurants that require customers to show proof of vaccination is pretty low as of early August. And of those restaurants that we talked to who do require proof of vaccination, they tell us they did it because it's the responsible thing to do. Now let's talk about an impact survey from the Colorado Restaurant Association, which polled restaurants throughout the entire state in early August. It found that more than 77% of restaurants reported that they had no existing mask, vaccine, or COVID-19 testing requirement. More than 12% of restaurants said they were planning to institute mask or proof of vaccination soon, and also said that they wish that there was a public policy or government mandate in place to support them. Out of the 148 businesses that responded, only 2 said that they required proof of vaccination at that time. The Colorado Restaurant Association said they do plan or hope to update those numbers in the next few weeks. Restaurants like the Triangle Denver has required proof of vaccination since mid-August. They tell us they've seen positive changes there. Now, To the Wind Bistro on Colfax instituted a vaccine mandate for customers, but only 1 night a week on Wednesdays.
Well, tonight's our proof of vaccine night. It started out just a lot of elderly people that didn't really feel safe coming out to eat, and they didn't feel comfortable, so we decided to try to give them a night that they felt comfortable and they could all get together and feel safe having dining and being normal again.
So the owner says what used to be their slowest night has turned out to be their busiest night, and he credits that to the mask mandate. Bonanno Concepts, which owns several restaurants in the Denver metro area, is in the first week of their vaccination requirement for customers. They say it's going pretty well, and of the customers that they had to turn away, they said that they were pretty friendly about it. Reporting in Larimer Square this morning, I'm Eddie Randall. Back to you.
Meanwhile, Westminster Fire Chief Tim Carlson retired on Wednesday after an independent report found that Carlson did not effectively manage the culture at the Westminster Fire Department. Carlson had been on administrative leave since July the 12th, ahead of the city's review of the fire department workplace, and the report was submitted last week. Now, if you want to go to the Denver Center for Performing Arts, you're going to have to show proof of vaccination and wear a mask at a performance. DCPA is requiring that any indoor performance require proof of vaccination and mask wearing for those 12 and older as well. For those, by the way, that are under 12, a negative COVID test is also required. Now, this is going to apply to ticketed indoor seating performances at the Botcher Concert Hall, Ellie Calkins Opera House, and the Buell Garner Galleria, Wolf, Killstrom, Singleton, and Jones Theater. So again, you're going to need to get that vaccination, that proof of vaccination, and wear a mask for those 12 and older, and 12 and under, or under 12, a negative COVID test is required. Meantime, over to weather, and today we are going to be looking at an absolutely gorgeous day. High temperatures right near 80 degrees under sunny skies. Tomorrow, pretty much the same, maybe a tick cooler as we get into your Friday, with highs mainly in the upper 70s across the Front Range. Then this weekend, we start to see some big changes working the way on through, as we could be looking at the possibility for some rain in the Front Range and some mountain snowfall for the weekend. Then, as we get to next week, that's when we start to see the potential for some more significant weather, including, yes, the possibility for some significant snow in the mountains. So that is certainly a big weather update as we get into next week. Until then, though, it's going to feel pretty summer-like. Now, new this morning, electric buses are already rolling in some mountain towns, but now businesses around Summit County are seeing how driving electric vans and shuttles could save them money. Matt Renew has more.
Just down the road from historic public transportation in Breckenridge,
Big trains.
Summit County Sustainability Coordinator Michael Wurzel and High Country Conservation are hosting a free ride demo
Why not start with our shuttles and our small tour buses?
of what could be the future of public transportation.
It allows businesses to try out these vehicles, check them out, see all the reasons why they're great.
Electric shuttles built by Loveland-based Lightning E-Motors.
We have more vehicles on the road than anyone else in the country, and we're thrilled to be part of the Colorado economy and a Colorado company.
That just signed an $850 million deal to build 7,500 E-vans and shuttles is now
This is a one-pedal drive.
letting mountain towns and businesses like A Basin take these e-shuttles on the road.
They're zero emissions, they're quieter, they're not putting out the diesel particulates for public health.
And while they cost more up front, businesses are buying these e-vans for savings down the road.
What we see over time is that this is an 80% less fuel vehicle and 60% savings in maintenance.
And with driverless electric shuttles already in use at the School of Mines, electric vans could be a solution for the shortage of shuttle and bus drivers.
In conversation with several companies who've reached out and said, we'd like to take a look at combining our autonomous with your electric. Let's talk about it and see.
Try out these vehicles.
While Michael says running cleaner vans in mountain towns
Embraces the natural world.
down the line could be the new wheels rolling through resort towns.
EVs are just a natural outcome of that.
And finally, for those of you that might be heading up to the mountains this winter, well, you're going to actually have a bit more snow to talk about, at least as we head through the weekend into next week. I mentioned this a few minutes ago, but more specifics on the possibility for some of that mountain snowfall. It does look like, especially the northern mountains north of I-70, so up by the Gore and Medicine Bow ranges, could be looking at some healthy snowfall this weekend, early next week. Some spots, especially 10,000 feet or above, could get over a foot of snow by the end of next week. So the first significant snow, no, we're not just talking about a dusting on Mount Evans, we're talking about some healthy, real deal snowfall now. Meantime, in the Denver area, it's still a bit too early to tell whether or not we will be talking about snowfall out this way, but if you look at the past 5 years, it certainly wouldn't be out of the question to get snow in the middle of October. Denver's average first measurable snowfall date is on October the 18th, so that would be the end of next week, or I should say next weekend. So again, not too far out of the realm of possibility to get some snow here in Denver next week. That'll do it for your top headlines here on 9 News Watch on this Thursday. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you right back here tomorrow. I'm Chris Bianchi, and have a great rest of your day.